I know, it's been a while, but we need to talk about this. The Chicago Bears absolutely need to trade for Micah Parsons. If you guys haven't already heard, Micah Parsons a few days ago, I believe it was August 1st now, so you're looking at about a week now. He requested a trade from Dallas concerning a number of things: confusion, miscommunication, unprofessionalism, a mixture about everything. And Parsons, who is due for a contract extension, I believe, after this season, requested a trade away from the Dallas Cowboys and quite literally says he no longer wants to play for the team. So I'm going to actually go ahead and show you the tweet that he had put out, which is right here, from Micah Parsons. So this isn't from, random account or whatever. This isn't just from anybody. This is from the Micah Parsons, who posted literally from his notes app. The title being "Thank You, Dallas." And I'm going to read here everything before I want to get into why the Bears need to trade for him and, what his situation is like. So this might be a little long of a video, so go ahead and grab some popcorn and some snacks, some drinks. Do what you got to do. Pause this video and get yourself comfortable because this might be a long one. So we're going to start from the beginning. What Micah Parsons said. This is from his notes app on his phone. Looks like it was 11:13 p.m., so he was up late writing this. But yes, I want to be here. I did everything I could to show that I want to be a Cowboy and wear the star on my helmet. I want to play in front of the best fans in sports and make this America's team once again. The team my pops and I grew up cheering for way up in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, I no longer want to be here. I no longer want to be held to closed door negotiations. I no longer want to be held to closed door negotiations without my agent present. My reading is terrible. I no longer want shots taken at me for getting injured while laying it on the line for the organization, our fans, and my teammates. I no longer want narratives created and spread to the media about me. I had purposely stayed quiet in hopes of getting something done. But since there is confusion out there, let me clear some things up. I had my agent reach out to the Cowboys last season after my third year in hopes of getting a deal done early. Unfortunately, the team did not want to start any negotiations at that point. I was okay with that and didn't complain and focused on the 2024 season. After the season, I told my agent once again to let the team know that we were ready or we were open to negotiate when they met at the combine. My agent informed me I should wait for other deals to get done because the price would only go up, but I didn't care and wanted to secure myself as a Cowboy long term. This was before any other pass rushers deals got, I assume, done. Where we at? They informed me that to wait for other deals to get done because the price would only go up. This other pass rushers deals got done off this offseason. I knew that I would be leaving money on the table, but once again, I was okay with that. Again, radio silence as far as my extension. In March, I met with Mr. Jones to talk about leadership. Somehow, the conversation turned into him talking contract with me. Yes, I engaged in a back and forth regards to what I wanted from my contract, but at no point did I believe this was supposed to be a formal negotiation, and I informed Mr. Jones afterward my agent would reach out thinking this would get things done. But when my agent reached out and spoke to Adam, he was told the deal was pretty much already done. My agent, of course, told him that wasn't the case and also reached out to Stephen Jones. So real quick, I'll stop here. Jerry Jones has sons that work for him in the Cowboys organization. So there's Stephen Jones. I believe he is the eldest son. They also have Jerry Jones Jr. Adam Jones, I believe, is his other son. And I think he has like another one, Charles Jones. He has like 3 or 4 sons that work in the NFL with him. So it's not really clear who exactly is Mr. Jones when he actually talks about Mr. Jones. I want to say it's the Jerry Jones, but we don't know for sure. So only one we know of is Stephen Jones here. So just to kind of throw that out there, you're probably going to be confused. It's not really clear here, so don't think this is going to get cleared up here. But let's continue. Again, the team decided to go silent. At that point, we decided we would allow the team to reach out to us whenever they decide they want to talk. Yet still, not a call, email, or text to my agent about starting a negotiation. And then it goes on to here. Where was it? Damn, it's not a call. Up to today, the team has not had a single conversation with my agent about a contract. No one demanded No, not one demand has been made by my agent about money, years, or anything else. Still, I stayed quiet, but again, after repeated shots at myself and all the narratives, I have made a tough decision that I no longer want to play for the Dallas Cowboys. My trade request has been submitted to Stephen Jones personally. Wow. I mean, wow. Jerry Jones. First off, hold on. Before I talk about why the Bears should do this and what this means for Chicago or really other, trade suitors, basically the rest of the NFL, what the hell is Jerry Jones doing? Pay the man. He is a top 3 talent at the position, and in my opinion, the most complete edge rusher in the league. I mean, maybe from a pure pass rushing standpoint, maybe not the absolute best. Maybe you'd put TJ Watt or Myles Garrett or Trey Hendrickson up there. But this guy not only can rush the passer and stop the run, he can play off the ball too. I mean, he played off the ball in Penn State when he was drafted. So this is the most complete linebacker. He's one of the most dynamic athletes in the NFL. I mean, the fact, and he's 26 years old. He's 26 years old. He's in the prime of his career. That defense was already dog shit with him. If you get rid of that man, I mean, what was the point of trading for George Pickens? What was the point of doing anything at all? Like, if you're going to trade away Micah Parsons, you might as well trade Dak Prescott. You might as well trade CeeDee Lamb. You might as well just blow the team up and just get like 5 draft picks in the next year's draft or 5 first-round draft picks. What are you doing? I don't understand what Jerry Jones could possibly be thinking. And I can understand now why Cowboys fans hate this man. I don't understand there's so much wrong there. Obviously, starting off with, not signing him early. He doesn't care to be the highest paid, or if he does care to be the highest paid, you should have done that a while ago. And he knew that the market would reset. You could have signed him at like 30, 35 million, and now you're going to pay him north of 40 million. And now that number's looking bad to you, you should have done it earlier. He didn't care about the price tag. At least in that sense, he didn't care about the market going up. He just wanted to be a Dallas Cowboy for life. I don't blame him. He's made a living there. He's made himself what is it called? A hometown name or whatever it's called. The phrase is. I'm trying to think of it. But he's literally made a name for himself in Dallas. Of course, he's going to want to finish his career there, especially when he got drafted there. Why aren't you paying the guy? I mean, even his own teammates are basically speaking out against Jerry Jones. And then the thing he does with calling him out because he got injured, dude, he puts his body on the line to be the best in the league. That's what any top player does. Like, why are you taking shots at him for that? Yeah, he gets injured. Yeah, so does every NFL player pretty much ever. I can't think of a single NFL player that has gone more than 10 years of their career and not gotten injured one time. A single Hall of Famer that has not gotten injured one time. That makes zero sense, especially an edge rusher too, where you're constantly pushing and beating. You're getting, hit by linebackers, hit by pulling guards and linemen. You're sacking the quarterback. You're tackling. You're the guy in the trenches. Of course you're going to get injured. Any player would get injured. Even Aaron Donald got injured. Reggie White probably got injured. I don't know how many injuries he had, but I'm pretty sure he got injured. Dude. And then you start, trying to sneak in contract negotiations, trying to be a little sneaky one, knowing that he wants his agent there, trying to pull a little, trying to pull one under the rug, from Micah Parsons. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's not professional at all. Like, dude, his agent's there for a reason. You talk contract with the guy. Why aren't you talking contracts with his agent? Because you want to pull something from Micah Parsons? Like, take advantage of him? I don't get it. But enough from the Cowboys side. When I think about if the Dallas Cowboys will actually trade him, I don't think so. But I do think there is a real chance that he does. I think there is a chance he does get traded. I just don't think those odds are super high. I would mark it around 60% he gets traded. But here's what I will say. If he does get traded, I really, really, really believe it's going to be to an AFC team. Jerry Jones, which I should say the smart thing to do, but do we think Jerry Jones is really that smart? I don't think so at all. But the smart thing, or any general manager, any time a player is traded, really, big time player is traded, somewhere else, it's usually they want to trade that player to another conference, so that way they don't have to see them unless they meet up in the Super Bowl. But for the Cowboys, I mean, if you meet up, if he trades, let's say in the division, so like the Eagles or the Commanders, oh my goodness. I mean, I think Dallas would just like spontaneously combust. Like seriously, like what would you do if you're a Cowboys fan and you have to watch Jerry Jones trade your best player on the team to a division rival? Not even to another NFC team, a division rival. That would be terrible. So I do think that if he does get traded, I think he would go actually to an AFC team. Two teams that come to mind right away or three teams actually. The New England Patriots, who definitely need help, but they're probably not in position to make a move like that right now because they're not contending this year. The Buffalo Bills are definitely, suitors for that. That would be Super Bowl favorites right there. And then the Denver Broncos are another name. I know they have Zach Allen, but I'm not really sure who else they have on the D-line. But, man, their defense would be godly. I mean, that would be a push for a Super Bowl right there, too. As for the Chicago Bears, because I know this is the reason why I'm making this video in the first place, Chicago and specifically Ryan Poles. If there is an opportunity, if Jerry Jones is open to trading within the conference, you take that chance. Everyone wants to reference the 2018 Khalil Mack trade and how it set us back. It didn't work out for us. In reality, it kind of did. It just didn't work out the way we wanted to the fullest extent. It didn't make us a dynasty. But we went 12-4, had the best defense, made it to the playoffs, won our division, beat Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Probably should have swept them that season, actually. And I think we almost swept the division, actually. I think we beat the Lions twice. We beat the Vikings that year twice. And we should have beat the Packers twice that year. I mean, it was such a great season. And we did that with Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback and with Matt Nagy at head coach. Now, I'll give Matt Nagy credit for that year. He was good. But Mitchell Trubisky was never a top quarterback. And you went 12-4 with him. And you had a great defense. And you probably should have had a playoff win if Cody Parkey makes that kick. And who knows, maybe you even make a Super Bowl. You go on, you face the Rams. You already beat them that season. You dominated Jared Goff. I could make this video literally an hour long, listing the amount of things, the amount of reasons why Ryan Poles should trade for a guy like Micah Parsons. But I'll start off with some of the main points. And the first talking point is Caleb Williams. And more specifically, his contract. Right now, he's on a rookie deal. We don't have to pay the man for this season, for next season, and the season after that. It is until the next season, what is that, 2028? I think it is, that we're going to have to give Caleb Williams an extension if he's the guy. You take advantage right now. You can pay him. I know people want to talk about we don't have the cap space. That's BS. Don't listen to that. If the Saints and Chiefs have taught us anything in the past few years, is cap space is so flexible and so malleable. You can sign damn near anybody you want. You just got to be good at restructuring. And I will give Ryan Poles credit. He is really good at contracts, which is even more so the reason why I want us to trade for him, because I'm very confident when it comes to the money, he'll find a way to do it. Backload some contracts, pull some contracts here and there, do whatever you got to do, restructure some guys. You can do it. Another reason why the Chicago Bears need to make this trade is right now, I would say the biggest weakness on our team is our defensive line, which was arguably the case last year. Well, it wasn't, it was the offensive line, but the defensive line wasn't that good. And I know we added, Shamar Turner, which I believe will be a good player. We added Grady Jarrett. We added Deo Odengbo. Deo, I guess it remains to be seen. I'm not too confident. I wasn't really a big fan of the signing to begin with. I hope he turns out to be good. Grady Jarrett, he's 31 years old, 32 years old. He hasn't been that great of a player for a while now. He'll be a great leader. He'll be a great rotational guy. And we have Montez Sweat. I get it. We have some guys, but we don't have that top tier guy. Good offensive lines will be able to stop our defensive line. And what do you know? All three teams, at least on paper, all three teams in our division, and when I say all three teams, I mean the Vikings, the Lions, and the Packers, all have at least above average to elite offensive lines. Offensive lines that you can feel confident will stop the Bears' offensive line, because the best pass rusher we have is Montez Sweat. And we've seen last year, when he doesn't get enough help, he is pretty much ineffective. 5.5 sacks last season. He's getting paid $25 million, I think, on average. That's not going to cut it, man. We need somebody else to either be alongside. Obviously, ideally, you'd want to trade for Micah Parsons and then have Montez Sweat on the other side. At this point, I would be fine with trading for Micah Parsons and including Sweat in the deal if you have to. If you're trading for Micah Parsons, let's go over, what the trade would cost in terms of, draft picks and everything like that. Obviously, 2 first-round picks. I mean, for a guy like him, that's like baseline. 2 first-round picks. If you want to throw in players in there that's malleable here and there, sure. If you go back to what it looked like for the Khalil Mack trade, so I'll pull this up right now once I pull it up. Khalil Mack, he was traded in 2018, and we gave up 2 first-round picks for him. And, oh my goodness. I remember when we traded for Khalil Mack, it was so, so beautiful. I mean, I can't even, bro. Look at this trade, right? This is sort of like the baseline that people are talking about when it comes to Khalil Mack and when it comes to Micah Parsons, a trade, what it would look like. So when we traded for Khalil Mack, and I completely forgot this, we also got a 2nd-round pick and Khalil Mack and a 7th-round pick. The 2nd-round pick was used on Cole Kmet, which was honestly a hit, in my opinion. And then Arlington Hambright never worked out. But in return, the Raiders got Josh Jacobs, 1st-round pick. They got a 2020 1st-round pick, which they used on Damon Arnett, no longer with the team. They traded a 6th-round pick and a 3rd-round pick. They got Brian Edwards. Josh Jacobs was the only one that worked out for them. But honestly, guys, I don't care about what the Cowboys end up doing with our draft picks. Here's why. The Dallas Cowboys, if they have our 1st-round picks and we have Micah Parsons, I'm sorry, but that pick is going to be in the bottom 20s, even 30s, to be honest. It could be anywhere from pick 23 to 32. I'm not even kidding you. And at that point, you are not replacing Micah Parsons with any edge rusher that you are getting in that range. Now, yes, technically it could happen. Obviously, anything could happen. Antonio Brown was a 6th-round pick or whatever. Tom Brady was a 7th-round pick or a 6th-round pick. Obviously, yeah, technically they can find somebody to replace him that's even better or just as good as Micah Parsons. How likely is that going to happen? We're not going to sit here and be like, let's not trade for Micah Parsons because we'll find a Micah Parsons in next year's draft at pick 15, at pick 20 or whatever. What? No. This is the last opportunity you're going to have to get a good edge rusher. If we make Micah Parsons a Bear, we're never having a chance to get a good edge rusher unless the season went absolutely terrible. But right now, the Bears literally have the greatest opportunity probably in all the NFL right now to make this trade and to really skyrocket ourselves to being a contender. And yes, I said it. If the Bears trade for Micah Parsons, assuming that Ben Johnson is a good head coach, what I really believe he will be, and same thing for Caleb Williams, that he will be a star quarterback in this league, or at very least is able to do what Jared Goff did for Ben's system, being at least a really good quarterback. If those things happen, the Bears are contenders. With Micah Parsons, with Montez Sweat, with Andrew Billings, with Javon Dexter, with Shamar Turner, with Grady Jarrett, with Dale Dangbo, with Austin Booker, that defensive line. And then on top of that, you got the linebackers and TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds. You've got Noah Sewell or Ruben Hippolyte, who's been turning heads in camp. You've got Jalen Johnson at corner. You've got Tyreek Stevenson or Nashawn Wright, whoever's at cornerback number 2, or Terrell Smith. In the slot, you got Kyler Gordon. You got Jaquan Brisker. Hopefully he stays healthy. Kevin Byard, he's a really good veteran. That defense brings back shades of this right here, the 2018 Bears. Will it be as good? I don't know, because that defense was just really dominant. But the difference here is you pair that now with an elite, or at least on paper, an elite offense. You've got the offensive line set. You replaced 4 of the 5 starters on the offensive line. Most likely, if we're counting Ozzie Chaprio over Braxton Jones, in my opinion, I think he should be starting. And then you got, obviously, receivers in DJ, Rome, Luther Burden. You got your first-round tight end in Colston Loveland, and then Cole Kmet. The only thing you kind of don't have is the running backs, which is DeAndre Swift. But Monungai's been turning heads in camp. Roshan Johnson's a really good goal line back. I mean, this completes the team, guys. This right here will complete the Chicago Bears. This trade needs to happen. It is not often that a superstar, not a star, not a solid player, a superstar is essentially available for trade. Now, obviously, like I said, it most likely what's going to happen is that he stays in Dallas. But I'm saying here, if he is available for trade, if Micah Parsons is truly wanting to leave and he's done and he doesn't care what they throw at him, and Jerry Jones says, yes, we will trade him to anybody, not just the AFC, we'll even consider the NFC. I don't think it'll be his division. That would be absolutely terrible. But if it's anything less than 3 first-round picks, that 3 first-round picks is too much. That I will say that. Obviously that. But literally anything less, I would even consider 2 firsts and a second. I'm not even kidding you. I would consider that. It would be a steep price. But you have to imagine, too, that trades are not always like 1 for 1 in a sense. You're not going to just get 2 first-round picks and a second for just Micah Parsons. You're most likely going to have them throw in like a 6th or 7th round picks. So, sort of like this. Everyone knows Khalil Mack was traded for 2 first-round picks, and that's kind of all we think about, but we forget it was a 6th-round pick and a 3rd-round pick, and then we got a 2nd-round pick and a 7th-round pick. So it'll somewhat look like that. We're not going to know the terms of that unless it were to actually happen. But if it's anything like this, 2 first rounds, a 6th and a 3rd, and even if you exclude the 2nd and 7th we got, if that is how the trade is going to be going, bare minimum, yes, the Bears make the trade. They should. Ryan Poles, this is time. You have been bottom of the division since you got here. If you want to take the North and never give it back, this is how you do it. This is how you end up doing it. No other way. I'm sorry. I know you want to build to the draft. We don't have that time. If Caleb Williams is the guy, you can worry about building to the draft later. As a matter of fact, too, what am I even talking about? Everyone thinks that you only can build to the draft in the 1st round. Let me just put my face on here real quick. Listen to me. The 1st round is not the entire NFL draft. Y'all need to get that through your heads. It is not just the 1st round. There's still the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round. We've seen many good players come out of rounds 2 through 7. I know the hit rate drops off drastically after the 1st round. But that doesn't mean that we cannot build our teams around. And matter of fact, if Ben Johnson truly is a head coach, he will turn. You're going to see a lot of 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th round picks turning out to be great. And we might already be seeing it. Ruben Hippolyte, a guy that I hated that we drafted. I was so mad when we drafted Ruben Hippolyte because I really wanted a running back. He looks to be a steal. Kyle Monungai, a 7th round running back that I had never heard of until we drafted him. He looks to be a steal. He's already taking 2nd team reps over Roshan Johnson. There's a really good chance he could be our starting running back. Literally his teammate, Isaiah Pacheco, 7th round running back, is now the starter for the Chiefs. You cannot tell me, if you're trying to tell me that the reason we shouldn't trade for Micah Parsons is because of the draft picks that we're going to lose out on, because we're not going to have the 25th overall pick in next year's draft, in a draft after that, I'm sorry, shut the hell up. We're not getting anybody good from there. Maybe we could have. Maybe, like I said, maybe the Cowboys make this trade to us and they end up finding their next Micah Parsons. And then they use another pick to draft another good player or whatever. Sure. You know how hard it is to do that? We have Micah Parsons. The table is set. We already got him. He's great. He's amazing. We don't have to worry about anything else. We already paid the guy. He's great. That position is sealed. They have to do the work now in finding somebody else to replace him. And hopefully that player turns out at least half as decent as Micah Parsons. I leave that to them. We've been building through the draft for, 3-4 seasons now? 3-4 drafts? I know. We built through the draft. We already got players. We got Caleb. We got Rome. We got Darnell Wright. We got Kyler Gordon, Dexter, Jaquan Brisker. We've got Ruben Hippolyte. We've got Tyreek Stevenson. We got all these players, dude. We got Monongai. And obviously in Colston Loveland too, guys that, we hope turn out to be good. Not every player on our team needs to be built through the draft. We can still acquire great talent. And yes, it's a risk. Of course. Of course it's a risk. Worst case scenario, Caleb isn't the guy. And Ben Johnson isn't a good head coach. And these trades end up being terrible. And the Cowboys end up walking away victorious. Even with that, they still got to hit on their picks. I mean, look at this. Josh Jacobs, he's not on the team anymore. Walked after his rookie season was done. Had one good season with them. That's it. Damon Arnett flashed a gun on IG Live. And now he's not with a team. I think he just got a tryout with another team. Terrible bust. You got a 6th round pick that was traded again. I don't know when that ended up being. And then you get Brian Edwards. I think I remember him in fantasy being solid for a little bit, but that's about it. We got Khalil Mack. We got Cole Kmet. We actually made do with our pick. We low-key, our pick actually worked out better than any of their picks. Because we actually kept the guy. We actually extended our pick. We won this trade. And 2018 was so magical. We had the chance to do what we did in 2018 and actually have the offense to complement that. To have literally, on paper, a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. You pair the 2018 Bears. I'm just using that as like a blueprint. I don't know if they would be as good with Micah Parsons. Maybe they'd be even better. Maybe they'll be slightly worse. Whatever. It's a blueprint. It's a little middle ground. But 2018 Bears defense, with by far the greatest offense that the Bears will ever have, or have ever had, on paper. Come on. You are contenders for a while. And don't even get me started about the money. We'll come to that we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Caleb's on a rookie deal. All right. We pay the guy $40 million for 4 years. So you're looking at like a 4-year, $170 million. Probably somewhere around those margins. Ryan Poles, do what you got to do, man. I'm done being the bottom feeder of the division. I'm done hoping that subpar average players turn out to be superstars for our team. I'm tired of it. Now, it could happen with Ben Johnson, sure. With Dennis Allen, sure. I don't know, man. We should get this done. If Ryan Poles wants to win a ring, if he really wants to take the North and never give it back, this is the trade you make. Now, if he stays in Dallas or he gets traded to an AFC team, I'm not going to follow Ryan Poles too much. But if he's traded within the conference, that's on you, Ryan Poles. That's on you. All right. Let me know what you guys think. There's my little rant for today. I haven't posted in a while. I know the season's starting. I'll probably try to release maybe like a preseason, video for the Chicago Bears because we play on Sunday. But let me know, man. Do you agree? Should the Bears trade for Micah Parsons? Bear down, I'm out.